Hey, this is Rachel from Authentic Wellness, and today for my movement of the day, we are going to learn the kettlebell deadlift. So there's a couple different ways to do, well, there's many different ways to do deadlifts, but we are going to learn the one that I always teach my clients first. It's the simplest and easiest one, and it just involves a kettlebell, or if you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a couple dumbbells. I will show you how to do it both ways. So we're just going to grab our kettlebell, and we are going to put it right between our feet, okay? So we want to make sure that the handle of that kettlebell is cutting our foot right in half. We want to stand right over top of it, okay? And the reason why we're doing that is because this is the most efficient way to lift anything. We want to get it as close to our center of gravity as possible. So I've got that kettlebell right between my feet. I'm going to reach down with my hands over top like this. And you can see that the first thing I'm going to do is hinge at the hips, okay? This is a hip hinge movement, not a squat movement. So the very first thing you're going to do is bend over at the waist, okay? Then you're going to bend your knees just enough to grab the handle of the kettlebell. And you can see that I am not looking down at the floor. I'm looking ahead, about 10 feet ahead of myself, okay? And my back is at a nice 45-degree angle. I am going to turn around this way so you can see it this direction. Alright, so we're going to push the hips back, push, 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 bend the knees just enough to grab that kettlebell. So you can see my back is not parallel to the ground. It's nice and bent here at a 45-degree angle, but I'm also not hunched over at the shoulders, okay? It's nice flat back. We're going to grab that handle, and we're just going to lift the kettlebell, just like that. When we go to set it down, first thing we're going to do is hinge those hips back. And we're going to bring it down to the floor. Just like this. Okay? This is the kettlebell deadlift. Now, if you don't have a kettlebell, that's totally fine. I'm going to show you with a couple pair of dumbbells here. Grab the dumbbells. You can hold them in front of you just like this. And again, first thing we're going to do. Now, these are not going to go all the way to the floor, obviously, but they're going to go far enough down. We're going to bend at the waist and then bend at the knees, just like this. You can see that my dumbbells are not coming all the way to the floor, like so. So that is the kettlebell deadlift. What the kettlebell deadlift is working is your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back, and a little bit of your calves. So why would we want to do any sort of deadlifts? This is a very functional movement, so we use this in everyday life. In order to pick things up from the floor, we need to be strong in our posterior chain to be able to pick things up from the floor. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments, and I will see you again soon.